Fascism! This is fascism, I tell you! Damn, you really busted out. How dare you! He's suppressing the masses! I was shocked to see him so serious, but it's totally understandable. I've met his younger brother once before. They're twins, so they look so much alike. They're twins! This Kuramochi is banned from smartphone use. I didn't know you can get banned from smartphone use. The mustached, long-haired hippie of a salesman shows off his wares. What are you buying? What are you selling, dude? Oh, this. Yagumo suddenly sticks his hand in the open trash bag and rummages around. Huh? Huh? Wait, what are you doing? Yagumo ignores the shocked woman as he continues to rummage through the trash. Eventually, he pulls out a spare pair of panties. He then puts it over his head. I guess you're going to miss the panty raid. Maybe I go back to reception? I mean, I guess I didn't really actually talk to Shiba. Not Shiba. I talked to Shiba. I didn't talk to Kuramochi. Kuramochi's still sitting on the sofa, dumbfounded and not doing anything in particular. He's very pensive, rubbing his fingertips. Money, money, money. Sorry, Kuramochi. I want you to look at something. What is it? Here. Yagumo rummages through his pockets. He pulls out the magnifying image of the necklace that Mrs. Kuramochi was wearing. Kuramochi's eyebrows twitch dubiously. Does this look familiar? No, it doesn't. Is it somehow connected to my wife's death? Perhaps. If it doesn't look familiar to you, that's fine. Since the image is zoomed in, it appears he hadn't recognized the pattern of his wife's kimono. Disappointed, Kuramochi returns the picture to Yagumo. His fingertips seem slightly red and inflamed. Is that why he was rubbing his fingertips when I got in the room? Kuramochi, what happened to your fingers? They seem inflamed. Not sure why, but they've been red for a while. Maybe I got stung by bugs cleaning the garden. Oh, you were cleaning the garden? The cops trampled my garden, tossed white powder everywhere, and left without cleaning up. Yeah, that's what on-site investigations are like, apparently. In on-site investigations, officers search drawers and scattered aluminum fingerprinting powder, causing quite a mess. But typically, the officers do not clean up, leaving property owners to fend for themselves. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Clean up after yourself, damn it! It bothers me a bit. Maybe I should have had Hitoya take a look at it. Sorry, is it okay if I go visit his clinic? Is it okay if I go visit his clinic? Yeah, sure, go ahead. If you need anything while I'm gone, I'm sure Shiba can help you. Feel free to ask her. As he leaves the room rubbing his fingers, concerned. Crap, forgot to ask for a picture of his wife. Who else would have a photo of his wife? Probably Shiba then? Shiba's still in the kitchen, catching her breath as she struggles with the trash bags. Oh right, maybe Shiba has a picture she took of Mrs. Kamarochi. With that in mind, Yagumo decides to ask. Hey Shiba, do you happen to take any photos of Mrs. Kuramochi when she was alive? Huh? Oh yeah, I took a picture with her last year for her birthday celebration. Great, that'd be a big help. Did you take it on your phone? Yes. Want me to send it to you? Yes, please. I'd appreciate it. After a moment, Yagumo gets the notification that the photo was sent. Smiling in the photo is Shiba and Mrs. Kuramochi posing in front of cake. Oh, it was your birthday, huh? Yes, she remembered my birthday and celebrated it with me. She was such a nice, wonderful wife. Shiba's eyes tear up. Yagumo turns away and looks at the photo again. I never saw her when she was alive, but she certainly was beautiful. And she does indeed seem quite nice. In the back of his mind, Yagumo recalls the agony on her face when he found her body. Why must such a gentle lady meet such a cruel end? The urge to find the truth burns within him as he puts away his phone. Yagumo doesn't know if he can call that justice, but he does know that he has to do something. I mean, can I go see the shop owner now? I mean, what does getting that picture do? Because I thought we were supposed to, like, find a way to show him the necklace without, like, showing him the picture of her fucking dead body. I don't know. Maybe, let's try. Oh shit, my controller's dying, fuck! Sir, can you take a look at this picture? Yagumo shows the peddler a picture of Mrs. Kamurochi on his phone. We think this woman is the one who bought that accessory we showed you earlier. Oh, I guess we were not showing it a clear picture of, we were just trying to show her. Was it? Sorry, dude. I'm, like, not really sure. As the accessory peddler pretends to ponder, Yagumo clicks his tongue and turns to the girls. Hitoa, Magari, go pick out something you like. I'll pay. Huh? Really? Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. Pick out whatever you like. Far out, thanks, dude. Yagumo gets right up into the smug accessory peddler's face. Enough with the games, pal. That jogged your memory, didn't it? Yeah, of course I remember her. I mean, a kimono beauty like her sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm starting to give him like a southern drawl. Like a sore thumb as a customer here. So it was definitely the woman in the picture who bought the pendant. Actually, I guess it was less her buying it, and more like it was bought for her. Bought for her. She was with someone else? Yeah, a man around her age. They held hands, so I guess he was her boyfriend or husband. Around her age, so it wasn't Kuramochi. Huh. So it was Seiya Ito. So was it Seiya Ito? What did the man look like? He was wearing a mask, so, like, I don't know. He seemed pretty serious, at least. I see. Wish he had a way of finding out who she was with. If only I had a picture of Seiya Ito. Hitoa holds up each accessory to the sun, engrossed in picking something out. I doubt Hitoa's got a picture of Seiya Ito. Megari's making her selection from the biggest, most ordinate accessories available. Damn it, she's picking out the most expensive thing she can find because I'm paying. Wait, it's not like there's a point asking her if she's got a photo of Seiya Ito. Oh, I didn't mean to click her again. I know I'm supposed to talk to Kanaide. As soon as he looked at Kanaide, inspiration flashes in Yagumo's mind. Kanaide. Remember how we met Seiya Ito's brother, Saikyo, at Washihari Hachimangu? You set his face on film. Oh, you see his face on film, right? Could you pull up a clear shot of him? Kanaide fiddles with the video camera until he finds an appropriate scene and hands it off. Okay, sir, can you take a look at this? Did the man who was in with the kimono lady look something like this man? I don't know, dude. He's got a pretty indifferent vibe. That's his twin brother. His hair and vibe are probably different, but their faces should match. Far out. If you hide his hair, he's got the same eyes and nose. His mouth was covered by a mask, but his eyes, like, totally match. Though his hair wasn't dyed and he had, like, a more serious vibe to him. I see. So it appears that Mrs. Kamurochi and Seiya Ito did indeed have a special relationship. And Mrs. Kuramochi was wearing the accessory Seiya Ito bought her when she died. Meaning, satisfied with the newfound evidence, Yagumo shakes the peddler's hand. Thanks. That's some helpful information. Like, no biggie, man. Thank you for buying. So, with that said, the lady's total comes out to 5,800 yen. Oof, that's a lot. Give me a formal receipt. A formal receipt, like, at an open stall? That's like crazy talk, man. Gotta pay out of pocket for it too. Yagumo tearfully takes out his wallet. Incidentally, of the 5,800 total yen, Hitoa's was 600 yen and Megari's was 5,200. Jesus Christ. In the evening, later. Studio Yagumo heads to the end as the streets of Suwano are dyed orange. Yagumo suddenly stops in his tracks up in front. What's wrong? Oh, I just think I solved the mystery. Huh? Yes, that's it. The pond. The pond's the key. The pond? You mean at Kuramochi's place? Exactly. Let's go to Kuramochi's mansion. We've got to experiment. Whoa, wait, experiment? What do you mean? You'll see when we get there. Megari, Hitoa, I need your help. First... Yagumo leans in and whispers the plan. Eventually, everyone nods and they head over to Kuramochi's mansion. Oh, we're just going there now? Isn't it like the evening though? Shouldn't we like wait for a better time? You guys again. You got anything better to do than just loiter? Geez, if you have no business here, then leave. We do have business here, but not in the mansion. In the garden's pond. Huh? Misawa raises his eyebrows dubiously. Yagumo simply grins before continuing. Misawa, your orders here have been diligently investigating these past few days, right? Mrs. Kuramochi's death and Seiya Ito's suicide are suspected to have some sort of connection, right? Misawa doesn't confirm Yagumo's question, but the lack of denial is enough of a reaction to tell Yagumo that he's right. So what do you need with the pond? Did some sort of key evidence sink? No, it didn't sink. It floated. Huh? Floated? Yep, in fact, it looks like they're just finished preparing for the experiment. Yagumo points towards the gate. They look to see Megari and Hitoa approaching. Director Max, we're just about finished. We said it floating at the designated spot. Good. It shouldn't take much time now. So yeah, they did. They probably float them down the aqueduct. So that's probably how they were sending messages. Good. It shouldn't take much time now. Let's go check the pond. Okay. Sure thing. They move to the pond and stare at the surface. The two confused detectives follow behind. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Nothing in particular changes, except maybe a carp surfacing and sinking. The moonlight garden is quiet, save for the occasional croaking of frogs. Hey, nothing's... Misawa turns around to Yagumo and starts talking, but then, suddenly the pond starts rippling and all the carp start stirring. What? What is that? Kashino points where all the carp are gathering. On closer inspection, there's a floating capsule. The carp swarm it, perhaps mistaking it for food. I knew it. Go try picking it up. Misawa looks at looks like he wants to say something, but reaches for the floating capsule instead. Is that a sheet of paper inside? After shaking the water off the capsule, Misawa opens it and takes out the paper. He slowly unfolds it and... made you look dumbass. Nice. Are you screwing with us? Oh, no. Yagumo turns around and glares at Megari, who's sticking out her tongue before he continues. The contents of the note aside, the experiment was a success. What? What do you mean? Many private ponds in Suwano draw spring water via aqueduct like famous Yoshinaga rice store. Thus, we can readily deliver capsules in the pond via aqueduct from a certain point outside. So, have you retrieved anything like these capsules and papers from the 2 victims as evidence? Ah! At the scene of the crime! Yes, there was a note by Mrs. Kuramochi's feet and capsules in the trash. Her overbearing husband confiscated her phone and banned her from going outside. This is the method they came up with to communicate in secret. Capsules floating in the pond get caught by metal grating here, where they can be collected. Similarly, responses can be sent by removing the grating and allowing the flow to continue outside. Since Kuramochi has no interest in the carp and lets his wife do all the work tending to it, she probably had no worries of getting caught. I see. I've got several questions about how you know all of that, but I can't find any holes in your theory. Director, so the person she was exchanging letters with had to have been Seiya Ito. There's nobody else it could be. Misawa, Mrs. Kuramochi and Ito's estimated times of death were around the same time, right? Misawa hesitates before he scratches his head and answers. Well, you helped solve one mystery, so I guess I might as well tell you that much. You're right. They both died around the same time, around 4 to 6 p.m. Investigations think that it was prearranged lover suicide. Not sure it counts since they were in different places, but that's the main theory. Thanks to you, we've got evidence backing it up. A lover suicide, huh? I suppose that's right. All present fall silent. What breaks the silence is the voice of a man appearing from behind them. I see. So that's what it was. Kuramochi! When did he get there? He had likely been listening in on the discussion for quite some time. Kuramochi walks unsteadily towards Yagumo. Yagumo, have I told you the significance of the song of the Heron's Dance? Kuramochi. It's the legend of Kenguya, that is. The story of Hokiboshi and Orihime, or Altair and Vega. In order for the separated lovers to meet, the herons used their wings to form a bridge across the Heavenly River, or the Milky Way. So the separated lovers were Kira and Seiya. They chose to die during the Hoshai festival, with such a cruel attention to detail. But I treasured Akira too, you know. So why did she and that man have to? At the pond side, Kuramochi fell to his knees and cries out loud, forgetting everyone else. His lamenting figure is reflected upon now still waters of the pond in moonlight. Chapter 4. Damn, this chapter is pretty long. It feels like we've been going at it for like several hours. Sheesh! Da 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 da. I don't really know who's like singing. A somehow nostalgic sound can be faintly heard in a dream. Yagumo sits up as if pulled up by the sound and looks around the room in a daze. He's in a clean Japanese-style room, completely unlike his normal room. Where am I? Right, we're staying at an inn in Suwano. After solving the letter mystery last night, he showed Kuramochi around and then had fallen asleep. My head feels so heavy. Yagumo scratches his head and looks out the window, half asleep. He still can faintly hear the music from earlier. Is that? When he realizes what the music is, Yagumo takes off his yukata and picks up his clothes. I don't really know how she's singing. Stretch, stretch, bend, bend. Yagumo heads outside once he's clean. At the entrance, he sees Hitoa moving her body to radio calisthenics playing on her phone. Oh, good morning, Director. Hitoa greets Yagumo without missing a beat. Oh, good morning, Director. Her well-proportioned figure shines as it moves in the morning sun. Oh, so it's Hitoa, huh? Yo, she really kind of be like playing that whole like incognito, because like her booba size definitely looked like it was a lot smaller in her normal clothes, but damn, she got some pretty nice you got a nice bounce to your chest. You have very nice boobs. They're not boobs. But to suddenly do radio calisthenics now? What an odd child. Unaware of Yagumo's inner thoughts, Hinoa keeps on exercising. The sight of her moving makes Yagumo want to move his body too. Oh, hell yeah, we're doing calisthenics, baby. Okay. Yagumo gets next to Hitoa and starts exercising with her. While Hitoa is moving easily, Yagumo is in pain due to his lack of exercise. My joints are crying. As Yagumo's face twists in pain from his joints, Hitoa speaks up while continuing the exercise. There's something that's been bugging me. What's that? The time of the Hishoe festival. What about it? What? The detective said doesn't line up. Yagumo suddenly stops moving and looks at Hitoa. Hitoa stops too and looks back at him. Yesterday, the detective told us the estimated time of death, right? Yeah, some time between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m., right? Isn't that odd? What do you mean? When Hishoe is dedicated to Yasuka was written on the scrap of paper. Yasukai's Shrine Hishoe dedication was at 3 p.m., so the times don't match up at all. What? You're right. The times don't match at all. Right? Even if the plans changed for some reason, something's still off. How could they change plans that suddenly when they've been exchanging letters in secret? Yeah, the time of death doesn't match the letter, so how do they match each other? Hitoa, the case hasn't been solved yet, has it? I don't think so. In the early morning sun, they silently exchange looks, feeling chills even though it's summer. Meanwhile, the awfully cheerful radio announcer continues the exercises on Hitoa's phone. Bum, bum, bum! Soichigayo, the times don't line up! Seriously, the case hasn't been solved yet? Megara exclaimed in exasperation. After the discussion with Hitoa, Yagumo calls for a meeting in the inn room. Well, that said, we'll keep investigating here for a little bit longer. Sorry, but I have to ask for your cooperation. Well, no point in stopping now. I want to know the truth too. But director, what about the room and board expenses? You're not gonna withhold wages, are you? It's okay, I'll manage. You can't even manage a straight face, which is a little concerning, but okay. Well, perfect, I guess. I found something a little interesting myself. Interesting? Is it a clue of some sort? Not just a clue, it could be the real culprit. Last night, I checked all of Kanade's footage from the location scouting and found it loud and clear. What was it? Way to go, Aine. Yeah, Aine. Way to go, Aine. What could it be? It's a UFO! Think I might need a new brand name beverage after that one. Give me a sec. A Frost Blast. A Monkey Blast. New brand name beverage. Ooh, shit. You know what? I don't think I've cracked one open this recording session because I cracked the other one earlier, so. Ooh, yeah, that's clean. That's crisp. Right there. So you're saying aliens can be involved now? Huh? No reaction? Megari, can you say that one more time? Like I said, a UFO! There's a UFO on camera! What? A UFO? What? Are you mocking me? Oh, come on. You're telling the detectives that the real culprit is a UFO? They'd beat you up. No, I'm serious. It's flying clear as day. Oh, and what shape is the UFO? A cigar? An Adamski flying saucer? A Rendlesham forest orb of light? Or maybe a shapeshifter like an Air Force 3532 incident? Whoa, you really know your stuff. Anyway, no, it's not far away to tell that its shape. It's too far away to tell its shape, even if you zoom in on it. Oh, shit. It's too far. Shit, Magari said that. Sorry, I should have read that in Magari's voice. Oh, sure. Then it's a bug or a bird. Happens a lot. No, just look at and you'll see. It definitely doesn't fly like either of those. Okay. Show me later then. You don't want to believe me at all. Director, can you look late? You can look later, but be sure to look. I swear, you'll realize it's a UFO. Fine, but have you always been such a UFO believer? I'm not a believer of anything, but I call it as I see it, and I saw a UFO. Okay, sure. So you don't believe me after all. Anyway, Hitoa, good job noticing the discrepancy between the time and note of the times of death. You might just be a natural at the mystery actress. Thanks, but it was just a coincidence. When I did my exercises, I had a sudden epiphany. Oh? When you did your radio calisthenics, huh? As he nods in agreement, Yagumo suddenly gets an idea in the back of his mind. A detective who gets epiphanies while exercising. That would be a perfect TV role for her. Oh, God. Oh, okay, now I see why. Man, I know why you just want her to exercise. Come on now. I absolutely know why you want to, like, make this character come to fruition now. Nah, that's gonna give the wrong impression, no matter how you slice it. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. Nothing at all. I wasn't thinking about you doing exercises with your dogs out. I wasn't catching a sweet glimpse of your feet while you were exercising. No, nothing like that. She did, though. She did have the dogs out. I saw them. Nothing slips past this detective's eye. Detective Sauce on the case for feet. I didn't know that you did radio calisthenics, Hitoa. Is that for basic strength training as an actress? Huh? Oh, no, it's not training or anything. I just felt like doing radio calisthenics today. Oh, you just felt like doing it, huh? I see. Yes, I just felt like it. She's kind of odd one, isn't she? Kanaide. Quiz time. Chinese delicacies include bear paws, shark fins, swallow nests, and brains of monkeys. He actually said something. I was surprised. I thought he was just going to be like a silent protagonist here. Monkeys. Correct. Way to go, Kanaide. Director, stop messing with Kanaide. After the discussion, they grab their things and get up. Okay, time for another day of investigation. Where do we go first? We've only been investigating Mrs. Kuramochi's, so let's look into Seiya, Ito's side of the story. Okay, so where do we start with Ito's house, huh? Yeah. Oh, we're gonna start with Ito's house. Shit, this is where I start falling off on my reading. I've been recording too long and that UFO joke got to me. I don't want this to turn into like Tenko's case where we just make the most dumbfounded accusations. Oh, I see. Tenko actually stabbed herself in the back of the neck with a knife, then managed to remove the floorboard covering and fucking chuck the scythe underneath the floorboards while she was bleeding out from the back of the neck. And also probably had fucking nerve damage because she literally stabbed herself in the back of the neck. Like, oh my god, that was such a dumb deduction trial. Like, holy shit. When everyone was trying to conclude that she killed herself, I was like, y'all are stupid. Come on now. Ain't no way, dog. Director, do we have business here? Well, I wanted to double check the switcheroo theory, so I thought I'd ask the accessory guy. Switcheroo theory? You mean how I said it could have been Saikyo who went out with Mrs. Kuramochi? I know I said it, but it's just a fun theory. I don't think it's actually right. Everything's possible. Anything's possible. What the fuck is going on? Narrow down possibilities, and eventually you'll reveal the truth. Oh, wait, it's a different person? Huh? We take our eyes off him for a second and he starts to look like a real feminine. No, that woman's just a different person from the guy the other day. As they talk to each other in front of the stall, the shopkeeper cheerfully calls out to them. What's up? What's up? What you talking about? Oh, we bought accessories the other day and wanted to see the shopkeeper who was here. Oh, him? He went out for lunch. He'll probably be back once he's done on lunch break. What do you need from him? What do you need for him for? If it's returns or complaints, please refrain. No, there's just something we wanted to ask him about. Oh, I see. In that case, just come back later. I'll tell him that you're looking for him. Yeah, will do. Oh, right, because we want to visit their house. Right, I don't know why I didn't just think to go here first. They head down the back streets to Seiya Ito's house, only for an angry voice to shatter the silence. Shut up! How long do you plan on tailing me? Hey, please, calm down, Ito. I said leave me alone! How many times do I gotta repeat myself? No need to shout. We're investigating your brother's case as thoroughly as we can. So if you remember anything, please tell us. There's nothing for me to tell you. How the hell am I supposed to know about my estranged brother? It seems the detectives are holding another interrogation. Despite the interrogation, the detectives make no progress with Saikyo Ito, who only scolds, and so they leave with a bow. Those two detectives are still here, and it looks like they're still investigating. Maybe they're not quite satisfied with the letters in the same way that we aren't? Maybe, which means they may be holding on to some info that doesn't fit with the lover's suicide. Hopefully we can get the detectives to tell us what that info is. Yagumo calls out to Ito, who stands by the house, glaring the way the detectives left. Hello, Ito. You guys! What do you need? Oh, we thought we'd pay our respects to your younger brother. Not like you even knew him. I don't need your sympathy. Besides, his funeral is for close relatives only. Please respect our privacy. I see. I'm sorry for disturbing you when you're busy. It looks like the detectives were here too. Saikyo Ito's eyes twitches at Yagumo's words before he makes an irritated response. You guys were spying on me again? Sorry, seems like we're all bumping all into each other. Those bastards treat me like I'm a suspect. I wish I could tell them why they treat me. Wait, I wish they'd tell me why they treat someone whose brother just committed suicide like that. Well, having multiple police interviews is normal. I wouldn't worry about it too much. That doesn't make me feel any better. Yeah, that's totally understandable. Yagumo responds gently to Ito's open frustration with the detectives. Act sympathetic and convince others to talk. Since Megari's seen Yagumo in action many times, only she has caught on to his tricks. Oh yeah, has Hatoya come by? Huh? Hatoya? Yes, the local doctor. We met him at Kuramochi's and was apparently Akira's high school classmate. So he was yours and Seiya's classmate too. Has he come here to pay his respects? Oh, that Hatoya. We used to call him Choo-Choo. He hasn't been here. Not that I know, at least. You may have just missed him. Oh, so you haven't seen him yet? Well, he was in love with a car, and that might be why he paid his respects there. Ooh, he was also in love. Damn, everyone wanted a piece of Akari. He was in love with her? As in recently? Hell no, back in high school. But to be fair, Akari was a real beauty, so lots of guys liked her. Oh, I see. It'd be hard to get someone like her out of mind. Maybe he still liked her after she got married. Oh, I could see that happening. Questions... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Throw another lover into the core, and now we have what What am I trying to say here? What's the word? What's the fucking word? Oh, no! A motive. There. We have a motive. If he had feelings for Akari and he knew that Seiya or Seiyo and Akari were kind of hitting it off, already cheating on... He could be a potential suspect now. He could have killed them both and been like, oh man, if you're not gonna love me, then no one can have you. Who knows? And it kind of I mean, he's a doctor, so it makes sense with the whole, like, chemical concoction thing. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, she could have just been sleeping, and she probably inhaled the fumes. But her face, there's no way. Her face almost says she was strangled to death. You know? And I think the chlorine was used as a cover-up, but I don't know. We'll see. Crushes you've never had the chance to date can haunt you. Alright, I'm sure we probably gathered what we needed. Yagumo speaks at a distance from Ito's house, where they already know Psycho can't hear. Or Psycho. What'd you think of that conversation? Which one? The part about detectives suspecting him? Yeah. I bet a lot of people would get paranoid if they were interrogated over and over, so he might just be overthinking things. When repeatedly interviewed by police, some people may think they're the ones being suspected, so he may just be jumping at shadows. I don't know. They're twins that look exactly alike, and twin swap tricks are common mystery trope. So the police might suspect him because of that. True. You do see that a lot. Yeah, like maybe the one who died was actually the older brother, and Seiya's the killer. Normally the victim's decapitated in that case. With a simple hanging like this case, the dental records would give it away. Oh, I guess you have a point. So maybe they faked a switch, and so it was actually the younger Seiya who died after all. That's not even a twist anymore, Hitoa. Oh, right. That means... So maybe they switched again. Then that's exactly where we just were. What if they switched and then switched again? You know what? I'm just gonna... Pat her on the head. Just, you tried, baby. You tried, sweet cheeks. Oh, right. Okay, forget about the radio calisthenics. This girl's a real airhead. Over their 3 days together, Yagumo's mental image of Hitoa had been slowly overwritten. As Yagumo ponders, Hitoa suddenly claps her hands and speaks up. Oh, what if Mrs. Kuramocho was actually cheating with the older brother, Saikyo? Oh? What if she actually liked Seiya, but Saikyo switched places and pretended to be his younger brother so that he could go out with her? She thought that she was going out with the younger one, but one day she noticed the switch, and to get her revenge on Saikyo... Whoa, what the heck? That's a scary thought. Hitoa, your theory is way scarier. It's just a theory. It's almost a psychological horror plot. It's a scary theory, but if it's possible, it suddenly complicates this case's relationships. There's something I want to check in that regard. Fudge. I think the game probably wants me to go to the rice store, right? Because that's where the house is. Oh, right. Ito's house is behind here, isn't it? Maybe the owner can tell me something about Seiya Ito. With that in mind, Yagumo turns to the owner. Excuse me, were you close with the late Seiya Ito? Me? Not really. He wasn't exactly sociable. Oh. If you want to know more about him, why don't you go try asking Fudonya? Or Funduya? Is it Funduya or Fundo? I want to say it's Fundoya. Fundoya just sounds more correct, but I don't know. I could be butchering it. Asking Fundoya. You often bought incense there, apparently. Fundoya? Oh, you mean Fundoyo Shichiman Mercantile House? Yes, exactly. That's the place. You know about that place, Magari? It's a Suwano tourist attraction. I put it on the list for a location scouting, but I forgot about it due to the whole mess. I see. Perfect. Let's go visit the shop then. Roger, I'll go make an appointment. Magari immediately makes a call as she leaves Yoshinaga Rice Store. Perfect. Whoa! What a nice house! What a nice house! As Studio Yagumo arrives for their appointment, a well-mannered couple greets them. Once inside the tatami room, the visitors stare in wonder at the historical atmosphere. Or historic atmosphere. This house was built in Kane 6, 1853. Its residents have taken good care of it since. You often do see old houses used for farms, but it's rare to see one as a mercantile house. True. As the result, we've been designated as the tangible cultural property. That's amazing. Is it okay for us to be here? Please, don't worry. In fact, we offer guest tea ceremonies with the garden view here. Tea ceremonies? Indeed, tea culture is quite developed here since Sawano promoted tea in the Edo period. Ah, this place seems so historic. I'm losing my sense of time. I know, right? Care to see something interesting? The husband pulls out an account book from the chest with Hell Record handwritten on the cover. It's an old artifact that likes of which Yagumo had only seen in period dramas and Edo artwork. Hell Record? That's kind of a scary name. It's an old record of loan debts, so it certainly was scary to the borrowers. And with that, he flips through the account book. As Yagumo looks on in great curiosity, he notices some familiar words. Does that say Kuramochi? Yes, they own lots of land in the Edo period, so they must have had some business transactions. Huh, so they were that influential back then? Yes, even 2 generations ago in the Showa era. They owned the mountain forest behind their house. 2 generations ago? So what about now? Oh, well, I don't know. The owner gives a vague answer. He probably doesn't want to divulge someone else's financial status, so Yagumo doesn't press him. Excuse me, there's something I'd like to ask. Oh, what is it? It's about the recently departed Seiya Ito. Oh? He was a suicide victim in a small town. It's only natural the whole town would know. When his name comes up, pity falls upon the couple's faces. The poor lad. He was so young. He would often purchase incense from us. Quite a serious fellow, that one. Incense? Yeah. Yes, severe asthma gave him many sleepless nights, so he... So he used sleep-enhancing incense. And he had asthma. Miasma. He's got the miasma. Asthma jams. But he had asthma. I mean, he uses I think the main clue is like that he uses the incense, but I'm just curious because he died from supposed asphyxiation. Like strangulation, like he hung himself. But is that truly the case? I mean, someone could have caused him to have an asthma attack too. That's also respiratory failure, so. Just saying. Asthma. Was it that bad? Yes, he would have attacks so bad. It's almost like I knew where they were going with that. He would have attacks so bad, it was painful to watch. I see. The accessory peddler did say that the man thought... That's why he had a mask. Man thought to be Seiya, Ito wore a mask. Was it for the asthma? Or was it to conceal his face and hide a switcheroo? I'm guessing that's probably everything, because we got the clue, so I'm assuming that's everything we need here. Now we probably definitely should go back to the station, and the peddler should hopefully be back, right? Is the accessory peddler stall open today? You should be back now, right? Yep. Yo, man, come to buy something again? No, just wanted to talk. I just wanted to ask a bit more about the couple you told us about yesterday. Huh? More? But like, as I said yesterday, that was like half a year ago, man. You said the man was wearing a mask, right? Yeah, that I do remember. No doubt about it. So did he have any sort of obvious symptoms? Like An asthma attack? Oh, right. He did have a coughing fit. I remember now. Like, I totally do, man. Really? His back line hunched over from the pain, dude. The woman tried comforting him. That probably was like an asthma attack, huh? I know asthmatics who, like, suffer the same way. I see. Okay, thanks. That clears up one thing. Thank you so much. Huh? That's, like, it? Yeah, probably. Damn, he's like, where's the purchase, bro? Why aren't you buying my shit, bro? Yo, you wanna hit of the spliffy, dog? Would you wanna hit a spliff with me, dog? Please, I just want someone to spliff with. Oh my god, I need fix. I need my daily fix. Just spliff with me, dog. Studio Yagamo steps away from the stall and huddles up for a discussion. Let's go, team. 4 on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely seems like it was Seiya who was dating Miss. Oh, definitely seems like Seiya. It definitely seems like it was Seiya who was dating Mrs. Kuramocha. Saikyo's not asthmatic after all. Well, even if there was a switcheroo, I doubt he'd take his acting that far. What's wrong, director? Wait, a coughing fit. Why does that seem familiar? What is it? I can't remember. Oh shit, it was the festival. The festival caused the coughing guy. There was the guy that was coughing at the festival. Yagamo scratches his head as he tries tugging at the tangled threads of memories inside. As the others look in concern, his brain flashes back to events leading up to today. Hitoa's radio calisthenics. The scuffle between Saikyo, Ito, and Kuramochi. The discovery of Mrs. Kuramochi's body. The festival. There it is. And finally... Ah! I see! Back then! Yagamo suddenly shouts out and pops his eyes open. What? Don't shock me like that! What's wrong, director? The Hoshai Festival. When we were... shotting? Okay, just to keep in mind, the past tense of shoot is shot, or that's past participle, right? Isn't past participles like the ing? It should be shooting, not shotting. You don't, like, at least as far as shotting is not a word. So that definitely 100% confirms my suspicion that there is going to be typos. So, like, I'm not going to blame myself entirely for not being able to read. But it should not be shotting. It should be shooting, correct? So there's definitely got to be a little bit of typo here. Well, and maybe they know that because it looks like they just put 2 T's instead of 2 O's. But it should be shooting, not shotting. You don't shotting, you shoot something. Anyway, we were shooting at the Hoshai Festival. We were filming in front of the Yoshinaga rice store, and there was a guy who was coughing. Remember? Ah! Kuramochi gave him a warning. Yeah, him. That was Seiya Ito, wasn't it? If so, then maybe Kuramochi wasn't just warning him about his coughing. You mean... Kanade. Did you catch the incident on film? Great. Let's go to the end and check the footage. Yagamo impatiently leads his studio to the end, or leads the studio to the end, I think he said. Anyway, whoa. Excuse me. Excuse me, precisely. As Yagamo enters Kuramochi's mansion, he nearly runs into Hitoa on his way out. Oh, you're the guest from yesterday. I'm Yagamo from Yagamo Studio. We have business relations with Kuramochi. Oh, I see. Are you here to visit him? Yes. Is he in? Yes, but unfortunately he's resting right now, as he feels unwell. I came to deliver medicine, but couldn't see him, so I handed it off to Miss Siba. I see. Is the medicine for Kuramochi's finger rash? Yes. I couldn't figure out the cause yesterday, but I finally got it and wrote a prescription. The cause? He wasn't stung by a bug? Oh, it wasn't a bug. It was an allergy. Huh? What sort of allergy? That's classified. Patient information, sorry. Oh, right, of course. Hitoa smiles and nods before he bids farewell and makes his exit. Interesting. This is actually like a new spot. We never were able to like select this before. Shiba's feeding the carp in Kuramochi's garden. So it's your job to feed the carp now, huh, Shiba? Yes, the professor was never interested in them, so now that his wife has passed away, it's my job. Ah. Everyone falls awkwardly silent, but then Shiba decides to speak up. Have you heard the rumor in town? Huh? What rumor? We haven't heard anything in particular, right, Director? Nope, there's a rumor. Well, several people have been talking about it since yesterday, so I'm quite curious. What sort of rumor is it? I'll tell you, but please don't laugh, okay? Okay. It's okay, we won't laugh. Okay, I'll tell you then. You see, there's a UFO. A will-o-wisp appeared in the Tokudani Irinari Shrine. A will-o-wisp appeared. Interesting. Maybe that was the UFO that... It might be. It could be related to what the UFO that Magari saw. Huh. A will-o-wisp? That's quite intriguing. If it's legit, I'd like to get it on camera, but when was it seen? Apparently the night Mrs. Kuramochi died. Late in the night near Tokudani Irinari Shrine, Tori Corridor. Jesus Christ. Can we stop? Alright, I get it. I'm sure there's some kind of like, probably like fucking product placement or like, I get like these are actual locations, so they want to like, oh, you should go to this place. And they're kind of being clear cut and specific. But oh my god, do we have to fucking name it by its full damn name each time we like talk about it? Like at this point, when you say like Inari Shrine, I'm gonna know what you're talking about. I get that there's multiple different shrines, but just say one word and then shrine. This one should be called Inari Shrine. The other one should be Yakuza Shrine. The other one should be Washinari Shrine. Whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember, but it's just like Tokudani Inari Shrine's Tori Corridor. Like, it just seems like over the top to just like literally say da 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 over and over and over again. Especially like when the characters like address each other by full name. Because usually in Japan, it's like when you're speaking formally, you just speak about, like you speak to them with their last name. But like when people keep saying, oh, I guess that's true because they were twins and siblings and they want to make sure that you refer to them the right way. Never mind. All right, I guess I can see why they keep referring to them as like Seiya Ito and Seikyo Ito. Because if you just say Ito, you're not going to know which one you're referring to. Okay, all right, game. You convinced me. Late in the night near Tokudani Irinari Shrine's Tori Corridor, a will-o-wisp flashed in pure darkness. For about 10 minutes, it flashed in the middle of the Tori Corridor and disappeared entirely. Yagumo tries to mentally visualize Shiba's words. That's not a... Wait. But shouldn't this be like synesthesia then? I know the words! Like, haven't we been doing that this whole time? And now when it's time to actually like picture the words, we're not going to picture them? Underneath a pitch black sky lies Suwano Castle's mountain like a giant lump of coal. The Tori Corridor transforms into a staircase from a spirit world, a ghostly light rising from below. It feels too real to be a dream, as if it's the living history and folklore of Suwano. Whoa, that's scary. It's real damn scary if you think about it like that. Yeah, since Mrs. Kuramochi died that night, many say it's Inari's leading her soul away. That's even scarier. Director, this place is crazy. First UFOs and now will-o-wisps? It's like an occult convention. Forget about the UFOs for now. Shiba, are you sure it's not an illusion or something? Well, lots of people say they saw it, so I doubt it's just a hoax. As Magari and Hitoi shiver in fear, Yagumo crosses his arms in thought. Perhaps inspired by Megari's fear, Yagumo shudders at the thought that he could be from some frightening secret lurking in the shadows. I mean, that's true. There was a police investigation going on. I wonder if, like, it's been opened. It has been opened up now. Okay. There's no sign of any officers in the hallway leading to Mrs. Kamurochi's room. It seems the on-site investigation's over, as the police tape has all been removed. Looks like we can go in. Yeah, let's check the room for now. It's such a mess. Hate to be the one who's got to clean up. The room's littered with tape marking off evidence and aluminum fingerprinting powder. I guess this really is how crime scenes turn out. Yeah, investigation's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Why don't we do some ourselves? Nothing's been cleaned up yet, so the police must have preserved the crime scene as it was when the body was discovered. There's white powder all over the floor. Oh, there's white powder all over the floor. Should we avoid stepping in it? Nah, they've probably finished fingerprinting long ago. It shouldn't be a problem. Oh. Hitoa nods, but still does her best to avoid stepping on powder as she walks around the room. Just to be sure, Yagumo carefully examines where Mrs. Kamurochi sat. Was there a poison needle on her seat? Or some sort of trick like that? He stares at the seat and back at the... Oh man, she sat on a tack that was poisoned. No! And there was a little button that hurt my bottom! He stares at the seat in the back of the chair, but there's no evidence of tampering. Oh, I didn't mean to click that again, sorry. Other than the aluminum powder on the floor left by the police, there's no visible difference. The police took the paper, so other than that, there's nothing overtly suspicious here. What? Oh my god. I'm just trying to view the damn picture. Thank you. Holy shit. There's a window facing the hallway with a small panel of decorated grass. Shiba used this window to check on Mrs. Kamurochi before 3 p.m. on the day of the incident, right? Probably. I doubt she'd go all the way outside to peek through that window over there. From this angle, all she'd be able to see is Mrs. Kamurochi's upper body in the rocking chair, which means she didn't notice the metal basin placed on the floor. Oh, right, because it's like pretty underneath the window. The window faces outside to let the sunlight in. It's cracked open a little. Indeed, the window's been open at a slight angle so that there's a small gap at the top. That's weird. If you're going to commit suicide by chlorine gas, you'd seal the room airtight, right? Oh, that's room. If you're going to kill yourself with chlorine gas, you would seal the room airtight, right? Well, chlorine gas stinks, so I don't think a crack like that would be enough to ventilate. But if you're that set on suicide, you'd at least be thorough enough to close it, right? Anything else of note here? This window faces the hallway. The window's completely fixed in place. Doesn't look like it slides open or anything else. The skylight window's open slightly. It's not big enough for an intruder to get in, huh? The rocking chair where Mrs. Kamurochi sat. Just looking at the chair brings back memories of how Mrs. Kamurochi died that day. Alright, I think we've gotten everything. Oh, right, Shiba did mention the will-o-wisp. So should we go, let's go find ourselves a will-o-wisp, I guess. We're on a baby hunt, and don't think we don't know how to weed them out. When they got to the Tokodani Irinari Shrine, they spot some unexpected faces. Huh? Those are the detectives, right? Are they interviewing people? Well, if their investigation's still ongoing, they must have doubts about it being a lover's suicide. If they're interviewing here, then, judging by what we saw, they must suspect Saikyo Ito. Probably, if only we can get some information about the case out of them. Why don't we try talking to the detectives? Maybe there's some progress in the investigation. Good point. Guess it's worth a shot. If the investigation's not over, the detectives must still have doubts about something, huh? But what? If they just tell us, things would be a lot easier. Are you interviewing detectives? Huh? Oh, it's you guys again. It's a small town. We're bound to bump into each other. Anyway, it looks like we're all still investigating. Are there still any doubts about the case? Well, that's classified information. We have no obligation to tell civilians. Hey, come now. We solved one mystery together last night, didn't we? We're on the same side. That doesn't mean we can just divulge classified case information. Nice move. Now move along. Doesn't seem like they're willing to talk. The detectives shoo Yagumo away like a dog. Wait, I have a genius idea. What if we send Hitoa in there? Because she's all like, oh my god, Kashio, you're such a handsome man. Oh my god, do you think you can divulge secrets about the case? Oh, certainly, madam, of course. Any support. I support my waifus. Or some shit like that. I don't know. He'd do something like that, right? It's no use. Doesn't look like we're getting any information out of them. Desperate times call for desperate measures. What, you've got a plan? Well, kinda. Hey, Hitoa. Huh? Me? Yeah, I've got a favor to ask you. Huh? Megari whispers into Hitoa's confused ear. Hitoa is surprised and confused at what she hears, but eventually she nods reluctantly. Yep, of course. I frickin' knew it. Let's do it. It's the plan. It's the ruse. Excuse me, detectives. Yagumo calls out to the detectives once again, but this time he brings Hitoa with him. You sure are persistent. We're not talking. Keep it up and it's obstruction of justice. Well, if the investigation is not over yet, that means we're still suspects and can't freely location scout. Boo-hoo! That's how investigations are. Deal with it. Yeah, how do you... Now do your civic duty and deal with it. But we're so anxious. Hitoa. Hitoa murmurs anxiously as her eyes tear up. As a big fan of hers, Kashio starts stammering. Or is that stammering? I feel so uneasy thinking you two suspect me. I can't sleep at night. You're fine, Hitoa. I don't see you as a suspect. But if the investigation's not over, that means there's some doubt cast over us, doesn't it? Oh, no. There's no doubt cast on you at all, Hitoa. Mrs. Komarochi's autopsy found sleep meds in her system, so we're tracking that down. Sleep meds! So she wasn't killed by the chlorine! Mrs. Komarochi's autopsy found sleep medication. Or she was put to sleep and then she breathed in the chlorine. So she would have been fucking out like a rock and then she would breathe in all that gas. Sleep meds? Yagumo reacts to Kashino's words. Upon realizing what had just happened, Misawa elbows Kashino in the gut. Hey! Sorry! Hold on. There are meant to be possibilities, Mrs. mean there's a possibility Mrs. I think it's... You mean there's a possibility Mrs. Komarochi took sleep meds before her chlorine gas suicide? That's a little strange, but if it was due to reduce her suffering and fear, it makes some sense. Is there something more suspicious about that, or than that? Who knows? No more questions. Kashino, did anything else happen? The sleep meds aren't over the counter, so there's a question of where she got them. Don't tell them that, you idiot! Owie! Kashino gets hit hard in the head, and yet Yagumo keeps piling on the questions. It wouldn't make sense to continue investigating on the question of sleep meds alone. Judging by your behavior, detectives, it seems you're suspecting murder and not suicide. Is there some sort of reason to suspect murder? We're not gonna answer that. Now hurry up and get... Kashino, what's happening? Well, after last night, we had the toy capsules fingerprinted, but the only fingerprints we could find were Miss Kamurochi's, so... The only prints were Mrs. Kamurochi's? For the last time! Holy shit, he kicked him! Stop talking already! Gah! The furious Detective Misawa's spin kick sends Detective Kashino flying back. Studio Yagumo quickly retreats, leaving the two detectives to sort out their rage. They make it far enough across the torii gate and stop when they know the detectives aren't looking. Mwahahaha! Well done, Hitoa. I'm glad it worked out, but I feel a little sorry for Kashino. Now, as a result, we got precious info, so it was worth it. Nice idea, Magari. You've grown quite cunning by doing dirty deeds under my direction. Well, that's business. But could you not call them dirty deeds? Done dirt cheap. They're dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. But could you not call them dirty deeds, especially when you're the one making me do them? Wahaha! But it is the truth! Oh, for crying out loud. But if the only fingerprints on the capsules were Miss Kamurochi's, what does that mean? If last night's solution to the puzzle's correct, then it makes sense to find Seiya Ito's prints. Maybe the fingerprints washed away in the aqueduct. No, fingerprints are formed with skin oils, so floating in water is not enough to erase them. Which means he made sure not to leave prints? If he did, that'd be a little odd. Oh, what? Who? Oh, it's the, oh my god, wow, holy shit. Wait, god damn, she's gorgeous. What the fuck? Sheesh. This, like, old fart married this very attractive and endearing woman? Excuse me? Akari Kuramochi. Kenzaburo's wife, who's nearly 24 years his junior. She's beautiful, yet somehow... Oh, that's right, I forgot she was, like, super young. She's beautiful, yet somehow melancholic. Her body was discovered resting on a rocking chair in her room, where she apparently died of chlorine gas inhalation. There's what appears to be an old burn scar on the nape of her neck. Damn, she looks fucking fine as fuck, dog. Did I already... Yeah. I already went over them. There you go. Okay. Yeah, finally, because the only picture we had of her was her, like, freaking, like, choked out. So, like, damn, she's fine, dog. Sure. All right. I definitely can see why everyone wants a piece of the action. I get it now. I understand. She's pretty beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. Anywho. Not that I'd be one to, like, not that I'd be the one to, like, start an affair with someone, but I definitely, I could see the reasonings. She is quite the looker. Anywho, where do we go next? Where am I going? Review the footage, maybe? Not review the footage, but, oh yeah, I guess we are reviewing the footage. Back at Yoshinawa Studio, Yagumo checks the Heron's Dance footage. Oh, that's right, for the, to confirm if that was Seiya or not. The Heron's Dance footage in the park van. Since the files have already been split, they easily find the scene in question. How is it? You're right, director. Look, the guy Kamurochi's talking to looks like Saikyo, but with the mask and different hair. At the time, Kamurochi definitely talked to Seiya Ito. Interesting. So, okay, so now I can understand why he would be a little bit more hostile, but I still think that's no excuse to be like, because it sounded like a lot of people gave him, like, quizzical glances, like, hey, dude, like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, get the fuck out of here. So that really was Seiya Ito, huh? His estimate time of death is between 4 and 6 p.m. But this footage was filmed at 4:50. But this footage was filmed at 4:50 p.m. So he had to have died after that. Yeah. So right before he died, he talked with Kuramochi. But what'd they talk about? Damn it, if only we could hear the conversation. Is there any way you can do that, Magari? No way, not with the shotgun mic pointed away and at a distance, and with them whispering like that. Okay, guess it's time to bring out the big guns. Magari, it's time to go show off your special skill. Lip reading, go! Roger that! Magari presses the replay bar and seriously stares at the screen. Tension fills the van. Would it be a bad time to fart right now? Director! That ain't no special skill of mine. Figures. Damn it! I really thought she was gonna lip read. Okay, I know I joined in on the joke, but please don't be ridiculous. Sorry. Magari and Yagumo's shoulders slump. Beside them, Hitoa suddenly leans in and points at the screen. Pause right there. What's wrong? I noticed something curious. Look. Look at Kamurochi's hand. Is he holding something? You're right. It looks like he's showing it to Seiya Ito. Reacting to what he said, Magari zooms in on Kamurochi. It's one of the capsules, isn't it? 2 times, 3 times. Is it? Oh, it's the necklace! Oh, so he did find out, right? He did find out. Uh-oh, so now we have a motive for why it could be... at least as far as Seiya's murder, it could have been Kamurochi. Or Kamurochi. Whatever, Kamurochi. Whatever, I'm gonna just go with that. That's how I've been saying it this whole time. Ah! Everyone gasps. That look! That looks exactly like the accessory Mrs. Kamurochi was wearing! So why did he have it? Well, it sounds like he fucking knew about the affair then. If he has that necklace, he looks like he knows about the affair. Which further opens the door for his motive. Because we thought he only just suspected them of cheating, which is why he locked him up. But he might have actually known they were cheating and then, like, actually really, like, straight up domestic abused his wife. Put him up side by side. Look. She lines up the printed picture with Mrs. Kamurochi's accessory next to the screen. Side by side, the similarity is all too clear. Kamurochi's got the accessory his wife got from Seiya Ito, and he's shoving it in the man's face. Is he telling him, I know you two are cheating? If he is, the accessory from the shop are all handmade and one of a kind. Even if he is, the accessories from that shop were all handmade and one of a kind, remember? So how did Kamurochi have it at the time when it was on his wife's body when she died? Well, maybe he gently put it back on her neck when he discovered her body? That would mean Shiba's complicit with they both went to her room at the same time. She doesn't look like the type to be complicit in a case like this, you know? You're right. Yagumo and Magari furrow their eyebrows as they ponder this new inexplicable truth. Hitoa then raises her hand. May I share an opinion? Go ahead, Hitoa. Okay, well, I've got a theory, and it might have something to do with Kamurochi's finger rash. Huh? How so? Someone I know has this hobby, you see. I see. That's certainly a possibility. I'd like to get some more proof, but Dr. Hitoa said he figured out what it was, so I've got no choice but to ask him. Was that Magari that said, man, I fucking hate this, man. It's so, like, I gotta read the name before I read the sentence. But I don't think he'd divulge private patient information. Normally he wouldn't, but if my hunch is correct, he's got a weakness that we can make him talk. A weakness? Yes, if we just abuse that weakness, then that's not a good look on your face. That's a little scary. We're gonna make him shit his Pampers. Without the Pampers. So wait, he's just gonna straight up shit himself? Imagine the look on his face when his trousers flood with diarrhea. The mall Santa looking me dead in the eyes as I flood his lap with diarrhea. That shit's so fucked. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I hate that. Okay. Alright, we're going to the clinic, right? Shit. Studio Yaguma walks in Hitoa Clinic. Thanks to the map Megari put on her phone before the incident, they easily find the cozy clinic. Precisely. According to my calculations, you are stupid. Huh? You're here together. Is something feeling bad? Oh no, doctor, just wanted to ask something relating to Miss Kamurochi and Seiya Ito's deaths. As soon as Yaguma says that, Hitoa looks clearly on guard. That excess caution is enough to convince Yaguma that Hayota's weakness. Or Hatoya's, right? And what might that be? I don't think there's much I can answer. Well, I asked earlier about Kamurochi's finger rash, that there's some sort of allergy, right? Oh, that? Sorry, but as I mentioned, I can't answer that due to confidentiality compliance. It'd be a different story if we were with the police, though. I knew it. I knew it wouldn't be easy. In that case, I'm sorry, but you leave me no choice. Are we... Dr. Hayota, are you sure you can't tell us? I'm sorry, but as doctor, these are the rules I simply must uphold. They're max mode! Oh shit, here we go. Rules you must uphold as a doctor, huh? Well, yeah, doctors have a strict ethical code. Medical practitioners have long upheld the Hippocratic Oath, or so I hear. Ha ha ha, you're well informed. Though you know it says whatever I see or hear in the lives of many patients, I will keep secret, correct? I wish to uphold that part. I see. I do vaguely remember that line, but I also remember this one. I will not give a lethal drug to anyone if asked, nor will I advise such a plan. As soon as Yagumo firmly recites that line, Dr. Hayota quickly turns pale. Noticing that change, Yagumo carefully chooses his next words as he moves in for the checkmate. Let me say that one more time. I will not give a lethal dose to anyone if asked, nor will I advise such a plan. You do uphold that part as well, correct? Of course. What are you trying to imply? Well, you see, I've got a little something to do with Mrs. Kamurochi's death. It should be Mrs. Kamurochi's autopsy found sleep medication. Why was there sleep medication? Precisely. Mrs. Kamurochi's autopsy found sleep medication, and it was prescription strength, too. In a small town like this, I figured the clinic is the only place to get something like that. Well, the detectives already asked about that, but I already told them what I don't know. And why would I have a reason to prescribe something like that to Akira? Or Akari? I don't know. I can see you giving her a prescription if she asked. After all. Toya liked Akari Kamurochi. You liked her back when you were classmates in high school, didn't you? Who told you that? Hayota starts trembling at Yagumo's words. Seeing that as a sign to spring into action, Yagumo keeps talking about answering Hayota. I understand. Even as an adult, you still have feelings for her, right? If someone like that begged for a prescription, I wouldn't blame you for giving it to her. Hey, cut that out! I told the police I didn't prescribe it to her. Are you accusing me of some false testimony? No, I'm not. Huh? As far as I can tell, you're an upstanding citizen. I don't think you'd lie to the police. What? Really? Really? But... do I think you lied? No. Do I think you failed to tell the truth? Possibly. Huh? If they don't ask and you don't tell, it's no lie. And it's nothing to feel guilty about either. What are you implying? You didn't hand over the sleep meds to Mrs. Kamurochi. That part's probably not a lie. But what if you gave the meds to someone else? and that someone else handed it off to her. In other words, it should be Seiya bought sleep incense for his severe asthma, right? Yeah, the asthma jams. You gave them to Seiya Ito because of his asthma. Gasp! His asthma was so bad he couldn't sleep. You prescribed the sleep meds to him, didn't you? When you heard Mrs. Kamurochi's autopsy results from the detectives, you immediately realized the sleep meds that were what you prescribed to Seiya Ito. You feared you contributed to her death, so you conveniently failed to mention that fact to the detectives, didn't you? Hitoya droops his shoulders and hangs his head as he slowly murmurs. Yes, exactly. About a month ago, he said he couldn't sleep, so I prescribed him nitrazam? Nitrazpan? Fuck, I don't know. It's drugs. I never thought that it'd be used in Akira suicide. Akari. Why do I keep saying Akira? Akari suicide. If I knew it would have been used like that, I never would have prescribed it. Never! The truth has been revealed. I'm starting to talk with a lisp now. With his head down, Yagumo gently steps up to Hitoya. Wait. Shouldn't have been Hitoya, not Hitoha. Because Hitoha is our actress friend. And then this is Hitoya. So I think there's a typo there. He places his head on Hitoya's shoulders and smiles as he completely changes his tone. Dr. Hitoya, there's no need to worry. You just happened to prescribe the sleep meds. They would have died with or without them. It wasn't your fault, Doctor. Not one bit. You think so? Yes, but we need to reveal the truth of this case. For Kari's sake, we need your help, Doctor. So, can you tell us about Kamurochi's allergy? Okay. As if hypnotized by Yagumo's gentle tone of voice, Hitoya finally speaks up. Kamurochi's finger rash was a resin allergy. Yagumo and Hitoya exchange glances, but they remain silent as Hitoya continues. When I was examining him here, I just couldn't figure it out. I knew it wasn't a bug sting, but an allergy. But to what? I heard it's hard to tell with symptoms alone. So how did you figure it out? I consulted Kamurochi's personal dentist to see if he knew anything. Apparently he had an allergy patch test to prepare for an earlier surgery, and it turns out that his resin allergy. He has a resin allergy. Kamurochi has a resin allergy. So I'm assuming it probably has something to do with the necklace then. It was probably, yeah, something. A resin allergy? Yeah. They use resin in some dental surgeries. I see. Then there's no doubt about it. Oh, thank you so much for the info. It's a big help. No problem, but how is this related to the case? You'll find out soon enough. Now if you'll excuse us. As Dr. Hitoya looks confused as Studio Yagumo leaves the clinic. And then we're just back to happy times. We're just... like someone could get brutally murdered in the last scene and then... On the next tree, Yagumo stretches wide and takes a deep breath. Phew. Somehow we managed to get some info out of him. Now we have proof to back up your theory, Hitoya. Well done. Oh. What's wrong? Oh, well, I was just a bit shocked. Aine told me how you get when you cross-examine someone, but that was my first time seeing it. Oh? Well, I can't blame you. It's kind of intimidating, huh? Even if they haven't done anything wrong, he really pours on the questions. Poor things. Hey, well, that's just a technique to confuse them into revealing the truth. And I mean, we got the info we wanted. Yeah, but after you ran him down with questions, you asked one last gentle question. Like a demon. Oh, shut up. I'm not a police officer, and I'm no superhero either. So, what does it matter? Ugh, someone's getting mad. Anyway, we've gotten some useful info. We just need to fit the last piece of the puzzle. The last piece? What's that exactly? Yagumo grins at the girl's question. The UFO. That's what. Woo woo! I like how it plays the fucking sound effect every time. Huh? Wait, I thought you didn't believe it. Well, I just realized that the most important key to the case was the UFO. Let's check it out now. Ah. Ignoring the girl's dumbfounded looks, Yagumo triumphantly marches away. I'm leaving these bitches dumbfounded. I mean, dude, man, we gotta be, like, because this has been a long-ass recording session, but we gotta be rounding the end of the chapter. I at least want to make it to the end of the chapter in this. Back in Yoshinawa, they check the footage in the van. So, where's the UFO? Hang on, just a sec. Ah, there. See? Right there. Oh, you're right. There really is a UFO. On screen is footage from where the Heron's Dance was dedicated to Yasuka Shrine, shot by Kanade. A black spot clearly cuts through the sky, from the left of the frame swaying up and down. Whoa, I can't see it. I can't see it as anything but a UFO. You were right, Aine. I know, right? There's no way it's a bird or a bug. Mogari, can you zoom in? I tried, but it's too far away. It just becomes a blurry blob of dots. I see. Well, that's fine. More importantly, Kanade. I want to know where this thing came from and where it went. Know where the camera was pointed? Mogari catches on to what Yagumo's getting at and brings up the map of Sawano. Kanade and Mogari talk things out before coming to an agreement and drawing a red line on the map. It's a bit hard to tell how far away the UFO was, but as far as the direction goes, it's gotta be this. Whoa! It's the Will-O-Wisp. It went to the shrine. That's our Will-O-Wisp. Whoa! Upon seeing the red line on the map, both Yagumo and Hitoa gasp in surprise. The line clearly connects the area by Kamurochi's to Tokudane Inari Shrine. It flew from Kamurochi's mansion towards the Tokudane Inari. What does that mean? Holy shit, there's a lot of synesthesia going on right now. UFO-like object from Kamurochi's mansion to Tokudane Inari Shrine. So maybe they found a different way to send messages or something? Guess we'll have to find out for ourselves. Let's split up for now. But reconvene in my room at midnight, okay? At midnight? Okay, but what for? Yagumo grins at the girl's confusion. We're going on a UFO and a Will-O-Wisp hunt.